Recent rains in Texas have helped replenish soil moisture in parts of the nation's top cattle-producing state. But most of North Texas remains locked in a persistent drought that began nearly 4 years ago. And ranchers in the arid region know they need a lot of rain before water levels and livestock numbers return to normal.
And we just didn't get any rain. I mean, we like 5 and 6 inches in a year. and then last year, we got our average of 19 inches, but it didn't fall in any of the growing season. So we were just forced to, well, either sell the cow herd, ruin the country, or go somewhere.
Minnie Lou Bradley, who has ranched near Memphis, Texas since 1955, has seen her share of dry spells. But she says the current drought might have been the end of the Bradley 3 ranch. Instead, Bradley moved 75% of the 400-head operation west to an irrigated field. Rains finally arrived in her area this spring and improved conditions enough for the ponds to hold water and the cattle to graze on green grass for the first time in 4 years. But the damage to the cattle industry in Texas will not be repaired quickly. The Lone Star State herd has dwindled to about 4 million head, down about 13% from its pre-drought size. With pasture and grazing land in poor condition, many ranchers sold cows. As a result, fewer calves were born on Texas ranches, and most feedlots that struggled through the drought are operating way below capacity. In normal conditions, Nolan County Feeders outside Roscoe, Texas, feeds 10,000 to 12,000 head. Today, however, the operation is only feeding 2,000. It's not only difficult to find calves to feed, but some areas are having trouble getting grain as the rails are occupied moving a glut of domestically produced oil from Texas and points beyond. While the state's largest feedlots still boast more cattle than those of other states, the herd is slowly moving north. In 2011, Texas fed about 900,000 more cattle for slaughter than Nebraska, but by this past summer, the gap had narrowed by 30% to roughly 300,000.
Yeah, you may have seen some of these cattle move from drought-stricken areas to northern areas that weren't as struck by drought. But I think for the most part, unfortunately, from a supply standpoint, they went into the beef chain at that time, and now we're seeing the consequences of being short on supply now because we're not producing as many calves.